in a large number
but why'd you
of
say
the federal budget.
Survivors are going to get tens of thousands of dollars. So why did you lie just now?
No, what I'm saying is this. I'm putting the point in this. When people are talking of money in the billions of dollars,
but you screwed up.
She made the point that it was $750 a family. It might end up being
on the first day.
Brian, I'm not saying money will not reach it. I'm saying what the political reality is. People in North Carolina are upset. They see tons of money going elsewhere, and there isn't an immediate reaction from the federal government. That's all I'm saying.
There's not an immediate reaction?
It's not
FEMA's
big
been there
enough
for a week.
for what's going on. It happened 5 days ago. We should have helicopters in the sky of the United States military.
They've been there.
Trump and his MAGA loyalists are not even trying to pretend that they care about you anymore. They're openly lying to you to make sure that you're not getting the benefits that you deserve to get in natural disaster. They're openly giving you misinformation. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene literally said that the government is now controlling the weather. Has she been watching too much Inside Job on Netflix?
My dad stole my big promotion. He erased my memories. And
what better way to show MAGA Republicans and Republicans just in general? Like, if you're voting for Trump, you are voting for more storms like this to happen and for you not to get the benefits necessary to completely rebuild your community, because these rebuilds are going to take years. And there are multiple government programs that they could be sharing with you that specifically help with getting housing assistance, specifically help with getting SBA loans to rebuild your businesses. And these loans potentially can be forgiven. There are specifically programs to get you all the assistance necessary to get through this. But one, you have Republicans voting against funding FEMA, and then you have the leader of that party spreading misinformation saying that the green news scam.
The scam is one of the greatest, most difficult things to be watching.
When we just saw that if you don't believe that climate change was real before this event, I know you definitely believe climate change is real now. And to call it a green news scam, sir. Not to mention the multiple times he said that this is just more beachfront property.
All of this with the global warming and that, a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax. I mean, it's a money-making industry, okay? It's a hoax, a lot of it. The climate hysteria hoax. No, it's a hoax. The whole thing is it's so crazy. Within 300 years, we're going to gain 1/100th of an inch in the ocean and have a little more beachfront property. It's going to be a terrible thing. The oceans are going to rise 1/8 of an inch over the next 300 years. We'll have a little bit more beachfront property. That's not the worst thing in the world. The ocean's going to rise in 400 years 1/8 of an inch, and you'll have more seafront property, right, if that happens. I said, is that good or bad? I said, isn't that a good thing?
For you. But if you don't believe Trump and his MAGA loyalists don't like you, just imagine that all 5 of the states that were hit, Tennessee, West Virginia, North Carolina, Alabama, South Carolina, Florida, 6. All of these are traditionally red voting states. All the legislators, majority Republicans, won. And even with North Carolina being the one with a Democrat governor, Trump won North Carolina still for the presidential election to get their electoral college votes. So he is specifically targeting misinformation to the people that he actually needs to vote for him this go around 2024 so that he can win the election. Mark Robinson, the lieutenant governor there, refused to sound on the emergency order so that you can get from FEMA there faster. He literally was the only person who did not sign to get FEMA there. And y'all were hit the worst. I have Ron DeSantis refusing calls from the vice president.
Governor DeSantis, NBC is reporting Governor DeSantis is ignoring your calls on hurricanes, resources, and help. How does that hurt the situation here?
You know, moments of crisis, if nothing else, should really be the moment that anyone who calls themselves a leader says they're going to put politics aside and put the people first.
Because he's saying she's politicizing the recovery, when just a couple days ago They were saying that she wasn't doing enough. FEMA wasn't doing enough. The federal government wasn't doing enough to make sure that all these states got exactly what they needed. Only for us to find out Trump was trying to withhold funds from California because he didn't realize that the areas hit voted for him in the election. Are we serious now? I'm telling you, Republicans, they dislike their own constituency. Ron DeSantis trying to spread misinformation when his state is going to be hit. A state that has been since 2000 been voting Republican. And for the first time in a while is kind of competitive for Democrats because of the abortion referendum that's going to be on the ballot. Mike Johnson refusing to come and put Congress back in concession so that these states can get more funding, specifically from FEMA, because they're going to need more money specified specifically for these states, just like they have done for Maui, just like they did when Katrina hit, just like they did when Ian hit, because it's going to be years of rebuilding. And guess what? He's refusing to come back until after the election so that he can go and campaign, so that he can come back in charge. Now, what does that tell you? Then we have Senator John Kennedy. He's on Fox News talking about tampons.
The last couple of days, the vice president goes on some show called Call Her Daddy or Call Your Daddy or Who's Your Daddy or something. Call Me Daddy. I like Who's Your Daddy better. And among other things, she's talking about tampons.
Talking about tampons when they're specifically asking him about funding for states that were hit with Helene. But let's not even stick on just that. This week has shown us that Trump and his MAGA loyalists, they want a stock market crash. They want us to have a recession. They want us to just not believe in our democracy. We have Trump who is specifically targeting black and brown, high populated cities. Detroit, Atlanta.
I'm here only because they cheat. And they cheat in this state, especially in Philadelphia. And I mentioned a couple of the areas, but for the most part, but Philadelphia is out of control. Detroit is out of control. Atlanta is out of control. Places are out of control. Out of control.
Why are those the only areas that somehow have voter fraud? It's like you're literally dog whistling as loud as possible. Hey, you can't trust these urban areas because guess what? They cheat, they lie, they have crime. That's ridiculous. When you forget that, guess what? Some of your supporters are black and brown. Trump supporters that got drunk at a Trump rally. I wonder why. You got to get jumped in to be part of the Trump cult, I'm assuming. Not likely, but come on now. These dog whistles affect not only your white supporters, but you have black supporters that are now getting jumped at your rally because of your rhetoric. That is crazy. And then you have profiting off tragedy. You have your I don't even know her name. The lawyer that didn't really help you with your sexual assault case and didn't help you with your fraud case, going on Fox News saying there are babies floating in water and FEMA's not coming to help.
North Carolina got hit really hard. And like you said, these are real people with real issues. They don't need a $750 handout for a press headline. They need help. They need water. There are still people missing. There are babies floating in the water. And we're on podcasts. That's what the Harris team is doing. So I think what Cedric's doing is completely irresponsible.
Where did you see that report of a baby floating in the water?
We have absolutely heard there are children floating. There's missing bodies, dead bodies. We know that. There are dead people. We're up to 250.
And then when she's pressed about it, she pivots. Y'all love to pivot about things that are serious, extremely serious. Your babies floating in water. How much more brim and hailstone can you get? That is despicable. And then you're lying about Noah, something that, mind you, he wants to defund and let it completely do away with. So now these people that traditionally get hit with hurricanes like Florida, they won't even have the information to warn the residents about the hurricanes coming. And these are, mind you, red states they're giving this misinformation about. And you know what summed it up perfectly? Is you have governors. South Carolina governor came out and said, FEMA is giving us everything we need and more.
Do you think that maybe some more federal aid or state aid could be on the way?
It is. It's on the way. It is certainly on the way. I guess you missed what we talked about inside. Yes.
We weren't allowed to be in there. So if you could brief us, that'd be great.
Well, President Biden called Sunday night and promised whatever we needed through FEMA. And Federal Administrator Criswell called, I think, sometime around then. Transportation Secretary Buttigieg called, I think, 2 days ago, providing whatever help he could provide.
Now, this doesn't tell y'all that Trump doesn't give a fuck about you, when the states that are specifically targeted, all red states, that he needs your vote specifically to win. But you see how they treat you, and you just keep taking it. Well, y'all, hope y'all enjoyed this content. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you have a great rest of y'all day. And bye.